Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Tiga.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. My name is Jafni bin Jamaluddin and I'm from Group 4. We introduce to you about objective of inculcation of Islamic value made by Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Okay, first of all, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad introduced the Islamic elements in his administration, specifically with two objectives, that is clean, efficient and trustworthy, and leadership by example. The first policy that made is by Tun Dr. Mahathir is clean, efficiency and trustworthiness. These three components is very close to Islamic values because it comprises of the trustworthiness, efficiency and cleanliness. For some leaders, the temptation of using their position is not in the right manner is so much to resist. Because of that, that's why Tun Dr. Mahathir sees this problem with the policy that is made, the clean, efficient and trustworthiness. So this policy will cope the leaders that use their position is in not the right manner. So secondly, the leadership by example. Just take Tun Dr. Mahathir for example. So the example that we could see is Tun Dr. Mahathir hardworking principles and all the hardworking that he have done. In the parliament, he voiced out the industrial business that is need to be made. For example, like the establishment of Proton and the establishment of Produa. This hardworking principle that made by Tun Dr. Mahathir has led us to industrial business of our own. So this is what I meant by leadership by example. And secondly, the objective of inculcation of Islamic value made by Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad is Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad also promote the Islamic financial institution to balance with the conventional secular financial institution. So in this scope, Tun Dr. Mahathir sees conventional secular financial institution is an interest-based system. So by implementing Islamic financial institution such as Bank Islam, the Universiti Islam Antarabangsa and Takaful Insurance is all based on Islamic values. So by what I mean is by implementing Islamic values is that not all, like Bank Islam, not all of them use interest-based system. So this is make it differ from any conventional financial institution. This will help the Bank Islam, the income of Bank Islam that is come from the revenues from the citizens and the local and for the intervene of the local markets. This will help the people who is in need. So it is very similar to the scope of Islam value, that is implementing good value and the good purpose of it. For example, if money comes from the Bank Islam and the money the money that is provided will give to the certain purpose or people. Tun Dr. Mahathir also recommending the reconciling all his administration with all Islamic NGOs and society. One of the NGOs that is very close to Tun Dr. Mahathir's administration is ISMA, that is Ikatan Muslimin Malaysia, and PUM, that is Persatuan Ulama Malaysia. So by implementing this, Tun Dr. Mahathir most likely to make our nation emphasize its Islamic values. That is because he saw that by implementing Islamic value to any organization, the outcome of any organization will become pure and clean. So let's say that ISMA and PUM, ISMA and PUM, the quality benchmark for emphasizing that their administration use proper use their position in a proper way. For example, if the leaders from a certain public administration use its power in an incorrect manner, so it is a breach of Islamic law, just like that. Because in Islam, using our position in the right way is a must. So ISMA and PUM is two NGOs that very close to Tun Dr. Mahathir's administration before this. So by using this, in return, NGO that is ISMA and PUM will see that all the administration focused by them will lead to a pure, clean, and more of the public authorities there are trustworthy. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Muhammad Sufi Shidib Merodi. So it is my pleasure for tonight to be sharing to you guys about the 4 initiatives that Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has done to reform the Malaysian public administrator. So first of all, let's take a look in the first one, which is the inculcation of Islamic value. So Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad actually instilling of knowledge or value in someone in our country, which is said in the article in a New Straits Times that Islamic education in school is must in focusing on the Islamic way of life. So basically, especially in the kindergarten, basically this inculcation of Islamic value focusing on the technique or performing the prayers instead of actually doing the normal Islamic way, such as we must undergo a lot of things such as prayers, how to take a wudu and such like this. Alright, so the next one, which is the reform that Tun Dr. Mahathir has taken to increase the Malaysian public administration, which is the second one, is to have the motto of clean, efficient and trustworthy. So the new government, which is made in the 2018, has begun promoting efficiently in the government, which actually to provide a significant care for the netizen itself. So in the clean, efficient and trustworthy, so the first one is clean, which stands for the significance of the Bersih movement that actually been popularized by Tun Dr. Mahathir, which is actually to fight and reform the electoral system in Malaysia to be more fair, justice, and actually this does not discriminate any parts of Malaysia. So the second one, which is the efficient, which is actually to donate the public service and actually to encourage people to know that government can work better and cost less. And the last one is, which is the trustworthy, is actually resemble the name of one party in our current government, which is the Amanah Party, which is the trustworthy will render the guilt to the people itself. Alright, so the third one, which is the Look East policy, which is actually a very famous policy in Malaysia, which is policy Pandang ke Timur. So actually, we must look at the Japan, Korean as a role model. So Malaysian can actually take a leaf out of their success by actually seeing their positive culture, which are really meticulous in carrying their jobs and produce a service of high quality in their country. Which is the Look East policy is still relevant after 37 years, which has been introduced in 1982. And the last one, which is our Tun Dr. Mahathir has actually done to reform the Malaysian public administration, is actually to improve the leadership by example culture. So actually they have 3 leadership example, which is the first one is actually listen carefully to the people, which actually been done by the government. They listen and they actually take an action to actually respond for the netizen itself. And the second one is communicate with clarity and conviction to your stakeholder, which is we have to know what is our party are doing, which our members are doing, to basically and keep calm and lead on, which is the third method in the leadership by example, which is you have to actually to keep calm and just go on with how our current Prime Minister doing. Just keep moving forward, ignore the haters, and actually nail it. Right. So thank you for your cooperation. Here's my point, and thank you so much.
The first objective of National Development Plan is to eradicate poverty and restructure society. This is because during the colonization of Britain, they implement block and order policy where all the races in Malaysia are divided into 3 work division, which is Chinese work as thin or minor and live in the city, while Malay live in the village and focus more on the agriculture like planting paddy and so on, while Indian work as rubber tapper and live in the estate. So this cause extreme social gap and Malay appear to be poor in their own country. That is why National Development Policy is introduced in order to get rid of these social differences in the 3 dominant races in Malaysia and make sure that Malay do not become a beggar in their own country as Chinese conquer the economy in Malaysia, as well as to eliminate the identification of races according to economic function. Like nowadays, if we talking about business, we do not just automatically think about Chinese, because nowadays Malays and Indian are also involved in the business industry. And also we make sure that Malay do not only focus on agriculture, but they can also work in different work division like become a lawyer or become a businessman or woman and so on. And to ensure that Malay will also become as successful as the Chinese. And the second one is to ensure the real racial equilibrium in various aspects, where the National Development Plan want to ensure equality for all the races, although it appears that it is more beneficial for Malays, but still it ensure that everyone have equality in Malaysia. Like for example, the identification of races according to economic function is being demolished, so that Chinese is not above Indian and Malay in economy. Not just that, with the National Development Plan, every race receive equal education. Malay, Chinese and Indian all have the rights to receive a proper education at school instead of just learn by themselves, or sometimes they do not learn at all, and that cause them to be unable to read and write and so on. So other than that is no more separation of races. This cause them to unite together, and we would bring harmony in our country, so there will be no such thing like May Raya anymore. And the third one is to improve the use of science and technology. This is to ensure that with the improvement of economy of the country, we will be able to make use of technology. Like for example, we are making our national car, Proton. So that is a product that we are able to create after the improvement of our science and technology. And this is our science and technology to be improved just because our economic are getting better and better. This is the cause of the National Development Plan.
Assalamualaikum. So my name is Farah Nadia. Today I will continue our topic. I am sure that previously my friend had already explained to you guys what is new development policy. But today I will explain it again with the objectives of the policy. NDP, or the National Development Policy, was a Malaysian economic policy that was introduced by Mahathir